imagine for a moment. What if the secret to achieving your biggest dreams, accumulating wealth, or just living a richer life, wasn't some hidden formula?
Right.
What if it was actually a clear set of principles? Things taken from the world's most successful people. Principles you could learn and actually apply, like right now.
Yeah, not about luck or just circumstance. More like a timeless philosophy.
Exactly.
So, welcome to the deep dive. What we do here is take amazing sources, articles, research, notes, whatever you've got, and we pull out the really key pieces of knowledge, give you a shortcut to being genuinely informed.
And today, we're diving deep into a classic work. It lays out something called 13 Steps to Riches.
Think of it like a dependable framework for, achieving things, for individual achievement.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just say what to do.
No, it gives you the how, a detailed map, almost.
Exactly. And these aren't just, theories pulled out of thin air. They're principles seen in action. People like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, even Mahatma Gandhi, interestingly enough.
And what you're about to discover is, it's really thought-provoking. We're going to unpack some big concepts like how a burning desire is way more than just, wishing for something.
Oh, definitely. It's like a compulsion.
Yeah. And the surprising idea about faith that it isn't just something you have or don't have. It's something you can actually, build, cultivate.
Right. And how your mind is this kind of workshop for ideas.
And persistence.
Yeah.
We'll get into how critical that is, especially when things look like they're failing.
We'll also look at the big enemies to success, the things that hold people back.
And how mastering your own thoughts is maybe the ultimate superpower here. Get ready for some, aha moments, I think.
Let's hope so.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's jump right into what the source says is the absolute starting point for basically all achievement. The power of burning desire sounds intense.
It is intense. And you're right, it's definitely not just casual wishing. The source really hammers this home. It's a keen, pulsating desire. It has to be definite, and it has to transcend everything else. It needs to become a burning obsession.
A burning obsession, wow. So a wish is passive, but this desire is active, like a driving force.
Totally, like a magnetic pull, almost. It's consuming.
And there's that great story, the one about Edwin C. Barnes, his relentless drive to partner with Thomas Edison.
Yes, that's a perfect example.
It wasn't just, I want a job at Edison. It was super specific. I want to be his business associate.
Exactly, that level of definite aim. He travels by freight train just to get there.
Yeah.
Then persists for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
In a menial job.
In a menial job, yeah. Just waiting, watching for his chance. His desire wasn't, a fleeting thought. The source talks about him burning all bridges behind him.
Right, leaving no room for retreat.
Yeah, no turning back.
Yeah.
And that unwavering focus, that persistence, it eventually paid off, led to that slogan, made by Edison and installed by Barnes. He made a fortune selling Edison's dictating machines.
Incredible story. So, okay, how do we apply that? How do we channel that kind of intensity? The source gives us 6 definite, practical steps. This isn't just philosophy. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah, it really is practical.
Yeah.
Okay, first, fix the exact amount of money you want. Be specific. No fuzziness.
The exact amount, got it.
Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return. Because, there's no free lunch.
Makes sense. Value for value.
Third, set a definite date. When will you have it?
A deadline.
Fourth, create a definite plan to get it. And then, this is huge, begin at once. Like now, whether you are ready or not.
Wow, okay. No waiting for the perfect moment. Just start.
Just start. Fifth, write it all down. A clear statement.
Yeah.
The amount, the date, what you'll give, the plan. Concise.
Write it down. Physical act.
And sixth, this is maybe the most crucial part. Read that statement aloud. Twice a day. Morning and night. And as you read it, you have to see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money.
Whoa. So it's not just reading words. It's full immersion. Seeing, feeling, believing.
Total immersion. You have to embody it.
That 6th step feels really powerful. And, this whole process, it isn't just about money, is it?
Not at all.
It applies to any definite goal, any burning desire you might have. What is your burning desire? Getting that crystal clear. Yeah, that really feels like the starting point for anything big.
Absolutely fundamental.
Okay, so we have this burning desire. The next step, step 2, talks about faith. And the definition here, it might surprise people. It's described as a state of mind you can actually induce.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's a fundamentally different way to look at faith.
Right.
It's not blind beliefs, not religious dogma in this context. It's a mental state you can create through affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind. using autosuggestion.
Autosuggestion, we'll get more into that.
Yeah. But the key is, faith is something you can actively cultivate, like building a muscle.
So it's more than just thinking positively. It's got to have feeling behind it.
Precisely. That's critical. The source says thoughts need to be mixed with positive emotions. Things like faith, love, and sex. These give thoughts vitality, action.
Interesting mix there.
Well, they're powerful emotions, right? They reach the subconscious more effectively. They kind of supercharge the thoughts. And the flip side is true too. Negative thoughts, fear, doubt, they also get translated by the subconscious.
Okay, so emotion is the fuel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And faith is called the eternal elixir. It gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. It's even called the only known antidote for failure.
Wow. That's a bold statement. The antidote to failure.
It's saying faith is that vital spark. It energizes your thoughts, makes them real, actionable.
The examples are pretty staggering, though, Mahatma Gandhi. His power came from cultivating and, transmitting this faith into the minds of 200 million people.
Yeah, getting them to coalesce and move in unison as a single mind.
Yeah.
The scale is just immense.
Unbelievable.
And then there's business. The creation of United States Steel. Started with Charles M. Schwab's idea, but he mixed it with this principle of faith and a very clear plan.
Right.
That single idea, driven by that kind of conviction, apparently yielded something like $600 million in profit back then. It's about making an idea real through unwavering belief.
It's incredible. So the core idea is you come to believe whatever you keep telling yourself. True or false doesn't matter initially.
Exactly. And that's how you induce faith using autosuggestion.
Which leads us right into autosuggestion and imagination, the mind's workshop, as the source calls it.
Autosuggestion is basically the delivery mechanism. It's how thoughts and suggestions get to your subconscious mind through your senses. And the really critical insight here is that you have absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind.
Absolute control. But most people don't use it.
Apparently not. The source suggests that's a major reason for poverty, for lack of achievement. It's like having this incredibly powerful tool, this computer.
But never learning how to program it.
Exactly. You just let random stuff flow in.
And it's not just the words you feed it, right? It's the emotion again.
Always back to emotion. Just repeating words. That's pretty ineffective. You must mix emotion or feeling with your words. That's what gets the subconscious to sit up and take notice.
And this needs concentration. Really focusing on that desire until it's a burning obsession.
Yes. That deep emotional focus makes autosuggestion work.
Okay, so that connects naturally to imagination. This is the workshop wherein are fashioned all plans created by man. This is where ideas take shape.
Right. And there are two kinds discussed. First is synthetic imagination. This basically rearranges old ideas, old concepts, experiences, education into new combinations.
Like remixing existing songs.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
It works with what's already there. It doesn't create something fundamentally new.
Okay.
Then there's creative imagination. This is described as the direct link to infinite intelligence, or you could call it universal consciousness, insight, whatever term works for you.
This is where the breakthroughs happen, the hunches and inspirations.
Exactly, those flashes of insight. And it functions only when the conscious mind is vibrating at an exceedingly rapid rate, like when it's stimulated by a really strong desire.
So the stronger the desire, the more emotionalized it is, the more likely you are to tap into that deeper creativity.
That seems to be the idea.
And the source is clear. Big achievements, big fortunes, they start as ideas. Coca-Cola, just a single idea, plus Asa Candler's imagination seeing its potential.
Or Dr. Frank Gonzalez wanted to raise $1 million for a college. He held on to that idea, nurtured it for 2 years until it became a consuming obsession.
And the result?
He gets the $1 million donation within 36 hours of making a firm decision and preaching about it. Ideas, when you mix them with desire and imagination, they can become real.
Ideas really are the currency then.
Yeah.
But okay, you have the idea, the burning desire, now you need to act. Which brings us to decision and persistence.
Crucial steps.
Decision here seems to be fundamentally about conquering procrastination.
That's a key part of it, yeah. Successful people, the source says, reach decisions promptly and of changing these decisions slowly. Once you decide, you stick with it.
And don't get swayed by everyone else's opinions.
Exactly. Avoid external opinions. Keep your own counsel or choose your mastermind partners carefully. People who are totally aligned with your purpose. You need that harmony. You commit.
The example of signing the Declaration of Independence, that's powerful. 56 people putting everything on the line. Lives, fortunes, honor. based on one decision.
It really drives it home. That single act embodied everything. Desire, decision, faith, persistence, the mastermind, and organized planning.
All those principles together.
Yeah. The source argues that initial collective decision was the real foundation for the success of Washington's armies. More than just the battles themselves, the commitment set the whole thing in motion.
Okay, decision first, then comes persistence. That's sustained effort.
Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. That's the quote.
Irresistible, I like that.
Success comes from carrying on, despite all opposition. Just keep going. And persistence, again, it's not just something you have. It's a state of mind you can cultivate.
How do you build it?
Through several things. Definiteness of purpose, knowing why you're doing it. Desire, that burning obsession again. Self-reliance, believing in yourself. Definiteness of plans, knowing how. Accurate knowledge. Cooperation, working with others. Willpower. And finally, habit.
Habit. So you train yourself to be persistent.
Yeah, you make it automatic. A continuous, deliberate process.
There's this idea of the persistence test. Sounds ominous, like everyone faces it.
Seems that way. The hidden guide lets no one enjoy great achievement without passing the persistence test. It's like a gatekeeper, as you said.
Yeah.
The story of R.U. Darby is perfect here. Stop digging 3 feet from gold in his mind.
Oh, that classic story. Painful.
Right. He lacked persistence in that moment. Temporary defeat. But crucially, he learned from it. Later, he becomes a super successful insurance salesman because he applied that lesson. He refused to take no for an answer, refused to quit.
He passed the test the second time around.
Exactly. And Fannie Hurst, the writer, 36 rejection slips before she sold the story.
36. Most people would have given up way before then.
Absolutely. So the message is, temporary defeat isn't failure, it's just a sign your plan needs changing, not the goal itself.
That's such a powerful reframe. Hit a wall, don't abandon ship, find another way around, innovate, revise the plan. That really resonates.
It's empowering, isn't it?
Definitely. Okay, let's talk about the mastermind and specialized knowledge. This is where leveraging collective power and expertise comes in.
Yeah, the mastermind. It's defined as the coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose.
A collective genius, basically. A powerhouse.
Pretty much. And it's presented as essential. Why? Because nobody, no single person has enough experience, education, or knowledge to build, say, a great fortune entirely alone.
Right. You need others.
This alliance, this mastermind, gives you economic advantages. And fascinatingly, the source says it helps you tap into that infinite intelligence we mentioned, like a shared consciousness boost.
A shared supercomputer, kind of?
Exactly. Andrew Carnegie attributed his massive fortune to his mastermind group. 50 key men.
50.
Henry Ford really took off when he started aligning with other great minds. Edison, Firestone, Burroughs, Burbank.
Wow, what a group.
Even Gandhi, back to him. He achieved a miracle by getting millions to coordinate mind and body in a spirit of harmony for a definite purpose.
The power of aligned minds working together.
It's incredible. So it's not just what you know, it's who you align with, what they know, and crucially, how well you work together in harmony.
Harmony is key, which leads right into specialized knowledge.
Right, because general knowledge isn't enough. Not for accumulating wealth or achieving big goals, according to this. Knowledge is only potential power. That's a famous quote from the book. It only becomes actual power when it's organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end.
So having a library card isn't power. Knowing which book to read for your specific goal, reading it, and applying it, that's power.
Exactly. It has to be focused, specialized, and acted upon.
And the idea of being educated gets redefined too, doesn't it? It's not just about diplomas.
Not at all. An educated man, in this context, is someone who knows how to acquire whatever knowledge they need for any definite purpose without infringing on others' rights.
So knowing how to find information is more important than already having it all memorized.
Precisely. Look at Henry Ford again. Very little formal schooling. But he knew how to tap into his mastermind group to get any answer he needed. Instantly.
That's real power.
And successful people, the source argues, never stop learning. They never stop acquiring specialized knowledge relevant to their purpose. Formal schooling is just the beginning. It teaches you how to learn.
And if you're marketing yourself, your services, there's the QQS formula.
Ah, yes. Quality, quantity, and spirit.
Simple, but deep.
Very. It's not just about doing good work. Quality, we're doing a lot of it. Quantity, it's the spirit in which you deliver it.
Yeah.
Carnegie really emphasized this harmonious conduct, being agreeable, cooperation.
But your attitude matters a lot.
Immensely. The source talks about a new way of marketing services where everyone's a partner, employer, employee, public. And that spirit of service is paramount. Going the extra mile with the right attitude.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's get into what the source calls the inner game. This gets really interesting. Subconscious mind, the brain, even something called sex transmutation.
Yeah, this is where it dives deep into the internal mechanics. The subconscious mind is described as like a huge filing cabinet.
Yeah.
It classifies and records all your thought impulses.
All of them.
All of them. And it works constantly, day and night, trying to translate your desires, especially the ones mixed with strong emotion, into their physical equivalent.
Wow, so it's always working.
Always. But here's the crucial bit. It makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. It just takes orders.
So garbage in, garbage out.
Pretty much. Feed it fear and doubt, it works on that. Feed it faith and desire, it works on that. It's more susceptible to thoughts that have that emotional charge. It's your inner engine, just following instructions.
Needs the right fuel then. And the brain itself. Seen as more than just tissue.
Indeed. The source mentions observations by people like Alexander Graham Bell and Elmer R. Gates. They suggested the human brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station for thought vibrations.
Like an antenna, picking up and sending out thoughts.
That's the analogy used, yeah. A universal antenna.
Okay, wow. Then there's sex transmutation. This sounds potentially controversial, but it's not about the physical act itself.
So correct. It's about the energy behind sex drive, which is acknowledged as incredibly powerful. Transmutation here means changing or transferring that powerful emotion from purely physical expression into other creative channels.
Redirecting the energy.
Exactly. Yeah. Harnessing it. This harnessed energy is said to fuel things like keen imagination, courage, willpower, creative ability. It's called the creative energy of all genia.
Geniuses.
Yeah. And there's a striking claim made that many men don't achieve major success before age 40 or 50 because they tend to dissipate this energy earlier in life. They only learn to channel its creative potential later.
That's a very specific claim, but the idea is redirecting a potent life force into productive, creative work.
That's the core concept. It's about mastery over powerful impulses and channeling them toward your definite purpose.
A profound shift in perspective, definitely. And all this inner stuff, subconscious, brain waves, this energy, it connects to the sixth sense.
Yes, the sixth sense is presented as the pinnacle. It's linked to creative imagination. It's like a receiving set.
Receiving ideas.
Ideas, plans, thoughts that flash into the mind, seemingly from infinite intelligence. It functions best when the mind is highly stimulated, maybe by that strong desire or this transmuted creative energy.
So intuition, gut feelings, hunches.
That seems to be what it's describing, that still small voice. Great artists, writers, leaders, inventors, they often rely on this faculty for their breakthroughs. It's that point where insight just arrives.
Yeah.
You just know.
So the inner game is about aligning your thoughts, emotions, these energies to create what you want externally. But there are roadblocks, big ones.
Oh, yes. Formidable enemies, as the source calls them.
Let's face them, the 6 basic fears. These are the main obstacles, right? They have to be overcome. First one, fear of poverty, called the most destructive.
Yes. It supposedly paralyzes reason, kills imagination, wrecks self-reliance. The source suggests it's rooted in an inherited tendency for humans to exploit each other economically. And it's stark. No compromise between poverty and riches. You have to actively choose riches and reject poverty in your mindset.
Choose riches mentally first.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, fear of criticism. Oh boy, that feels universal.
Doesn't it? This one destroys initiative, imagination. It shows up as self-consciousness, lack of poise, inferiority complexes.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses.
That's listed as a symptom, yeah. Extravagance driven by fear of what others think. Lack of initiative. Rigid conformity, the example given is wearing certain clothes just to avoid criticism. Historically, criticism could be dangerous, so the fear runs deep.
Makes sense. Third, fear of ill health, often linked to money worries.
Often, yes. And the source cites a physician estimating 75% of doctor visits were for hypochondria, imaginary illness. It strongly suggests negative thoughts, fear of sickness can actually create physical symptoms.
The mind-body connection.
Very much so. The story about the NYC mayor ending a flu epidemic by getting newspapers to stop the scare headlines, it illustrates that power of suggestion over public health perception.
Wow. Okay, fourth, fear of loss of love, called the most painful.
Potentially, yes. Can lead to intense jealousy, possessiveness, even serious mental distress, like dementia precox, mentioned in the text. There's also a perhaps dated observation about men's polygamous nature and women being more susceptible.
Yeah, definitely a product of its time there.
But it also makes the point that a man's desire to please a woman is often his greatest motivator. Take women out of the picture, and wealth becomes meaningless to many men, it claims.
Interesting point, however phrased. Fifth fear. Fear of old age.
Yeah, this stems from worrying about poverty again, loss of freedom, independence as you get older, and also perhaps a fear of diminishing vitality or attractiveness, a fear of becoming irrelevant or incapable.
And finally, sixth. Fear of death.
Often tied to religious fanaticism, according to the text, can lead to losing interest in life itself. But the source is optimistic here, saying science is reducing this fear. And the best remedy,
What is
a
it?
burning desire for achievement backed by useful service. Basically, be too busy living purposefully to worry about dying.
Focus on life. I like that. And these fears are all connected, aren't they?
Deeply. The source says indecision is the seedling of fear. Fear then crystallizes into doubt. And doubt and fear blend together, and they grow subtly. You might not even notice them taking root.
Insidious. That's why self-awareness is so important.
Absolutely. And beyond fear, there are alibis.
Excuses.
Excuses. We all have those.
Clever ones often. But as the source bluntly states, you can't trade excuses for achievement or money. This philosophy aims to make every excuse obsolete, especially the old man if excuses.
Like, if I had money, or if I had a better education.
Exactly, those kinds of justifications for inaction.
So what's the cure? For all this fear, doubt, excuse-making, how do we build that mental immunity?
It comes down to your willpower. That's the tool to build a wall of immunity against negative influences. And the most powerful idea, repeated often, is you have absolute control over but one thing, and that is your thoughts.
Only your thoughts.
That's it. But that's everything. Henry Ford's success is used as an example of someone who mastered his own mind, created opportunity, didn't just wait for it. You choose the thoughts that dominate your mind.
That's incredibly empowering. You are in charge of your own mental landscape.
That's the core message. Wow, what a deep dive that was. We've really journeyed through a whole philosophy, haven't we? Showing how desires, real burning desires, can become reality. It makes it clear that success isn't luck. It's by design, conscious design.
From that intense, burning desire as the starting point.
To harnessing the power of a mastermind.
And really understanding how much impact you have by mastering your own thoughts.
Yeah.
You really do have a roadmap now.
Yeah. This has shown, I think, that your mind is truly your most powerful asset. It can attract riches, happiness, achievement, but only if you direct it with purpose, with persistence.
And remember that key idea, knowledge is only potential power.
Right. It only becomes actual power when you organize it into definite plans and aim it at a definite end.
So the question for you listening is,
Right.
what specific knowledge will you go out and acquire now? And what new definite purpose will you pursue with passion, knowing you've got these tools, knowing you can influence your subconscious, maybe even tap into that infinite intelligence?
The world really is waiting for your definite purpose, your persistent action. What will you create next?